This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Virginia McConnell.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Are you in need of a holistic wellness? One might be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Farrah Woodall, with My Earthly Essentials. How's it going, Farrah?
Hi, Virginia. It's going well. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. We're super excited to learn all about you and your business. Can you tell us more?
Yes, I'd be happy to. I am in the focus of wellness. I've been a registered nurse since 1998, working in big hospitals, and I see how long-term approaches are symptom management, not root cause fixing. So I curated my business 6 years ago. I have a wheelhouse of alternative approaches. So I offer organic hemp products. I have botanical skincare, and I have a health share, which is a healthcare option.
Oh, wow. And how did you get into all of that?
Well, it was during the pandemic. I worked in a regional trauma center in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I'm from, and I'm a single mom of 3 children. And during the pandemic, I really had to make more availability for my children as sole provider. So I quit the hospital. There were some bureaucracy there that I said no to. I just wasn't comfortable with some things that were going on. So I had just graduated as an esthetician. And so I started My Earthly Essentials. It was an aesthetics and wellness business to start off. We moved to South Carolina during the pandemic. I had a storefront. I performed microdermabrasions and body waxing, facials, and also microblading of the eyebrows. But my focus was why beauty perceived only services were medically necessary. So I've always utilized my nursing education and taught about lymph drainage and toxin removal. I added CBD and became advanced CBD and cannabis nurse certified once the American Nurses Association recognized that as a subspecialty. So I can teach you how it works and why it's beneficial. That storefront was infested with mold and I didn't know it. It got in all my furniture and supplies and stuff. So I threw everything in the trash and I moved me and my children to Florida, but I had rebranded more to an alternative and holistic wellness and just kind of took the skincare out and all my services. But it's really curated a passion and I've just expanded my offerings. I have a climate curated skincare that's been in Canada for 10 years that's scaling into the US market. So I'm a charter foundational affiliate with that. And then I added the health share because so many people are looking for alternatives, especially if they're healthy. They're really overpaying for insurance that they don't need all of that. A chronically ill person does need insurance, but the health share has been saving business owners and individuals. So I really love working with individuals, but I scale my business by collaborating with business owners to offer education, bringing their relationship with their clients a little deeper. I perform medical educational workshops, but also if they would like to add beneficial products to their business, I coach them how to utilize the direct ship model and increase revenue with low overhead.
Oh, that's awesome. And what are some myths or misconceptions in your industry?
Well, I really do a lot of advocating. I work with several other business groups that we teach about the benefits of cannabis. A lot of people really don't understand how it works. It's been so vilified for a long time. But I belong with several groups. We drove to Tallahassee to actually educate senators and representatives. And I'm a reporter for Cannabis Coast to Coast News out of Boston, covering Florida and all of the legislative issues that are going on. We really know the benefits. And so I have a really great group of people who we're pioneers in advocating, but really, when you're coming in an industry that for many decades has been seeded as the approach for wellness, then when something sort of new, even though it's ancient, comes around, you really have to have confidence and no factual information to give to people who are looking for other alternatives. And even people who are in charge of our laws, they don't understand the physiological and body benefits of it. So that's a big challenge, is just under education about what we're trying to do to help heal people.
Yeah, education's huge, huge, huge. I'm sure there's a lot of misconceptions in that industry for sure.
Yeah, people have approached me and like walked 10 feet away from me because they think I'm trying to sell them something that's not, it just makes me sad. But we just need more education. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And so we know marketing is the heart of every business. Who are your target customers and how do you attract them?
My target customers are the folks who are open to learning natural approaches. Like I said, I work along with Dr. Russo and MM411, where we've got a critical gap push to put cannabis information back in medical universities. So a lot of people don't even really, they just don't have in their mindset that there is an alternative. I ask a ton of my patients, like, what's the game plan to get them off their pharmaceuticals? And there isn't one. So I first have to just gently approach if they're even open to having the conversation for natural approaches. I love working with individuals and really, I work with them individually and follow along with them, very closely. And I love watching them heal themselves and feel better. The other way that I really scale my business is with other business owners. So any of my products I can actually niche. So for instance, like a pain cream, I work well with chiropractors. With my skincare, I work with anyone, dermatologists, estheticians, med spas, anybody like that. I work with rheumatoid arthritis physicians or pain management physicians, yoga and Pilates studios, fitness trainers, because CBD actually is very great for exercise recovery. I have a perimenopause and menopause specific product. So any hormone balancing management practitioners. Since I've been in nursing for so long, I've worked with surgeons and physicians and nurse practitioners. I do well with educating them. I actually worked in endoscopy for a while and general surgery, PACU. And so I follow the blood type specific diet. In fact, 25 years ago, I lost 40 pounds. And when my 3 children were born, I made all of their food according to their blood group. So when I worked in endoscopy, I was in servicing the gastroenterologist about the blood type diet. It's been around for many decades, but most physicians haven't heard of it. And so I came to the angle, these people who come with gut issues, the foods you're suggesting, that are one size fits all on some kind of, diet suggestion could be causing the inflammation. And so it's great to see their light bulb go off because they're only taught what they're taught. I feel it's just been indoctrinated.
Yeah, again, education. As much as we know about everything, that's what we need. Okay, so have you ever thought about having your own podcast?
I have been approached about it, and I belong to BNI, which is Business Networking International, which is a global warm market of other businesses. And I've actually been working with a colleague in St. Louis who is a national podcaster, and she's also a podcast coach. And so she had me on her it was my very first podcast, but she had, and I've only done a few. Thank you for inviting me. This is so fun. But I don't know, really, my children just entered middle school and I'm growing my business. I still work as a nurse. I'm trying to really transition into full on flexibility within my business. I'm organically growing, which is what I prefer. I don't want to scale fast. I want to build relationships and have good people in my wheelhouse. But But that would be fun. Jimmy, who does the Cannabis Coast to Coast News, he was a sports broadcaster for a long time. And he's teaching me how to be on camera, just working with him. I'm so green, but I think that would be very fun. There's lots to talk about, and I love educating.
Yeah. No, I think that you would be good at it. That would be fun. Okay, Farrah, please tell our listeners one thing they should remember about My Earthly Essentials.
Well, My Earthly Essentials has a vision to provide trust, healing, and togetherness with a mission of offering organic products and services that are alternative to the constructs that ail us in our society. I really, really care about people and have an alternative approach with products and services that really actually are beneficial for you. So I love to chat.
Okay, and how can our listeners learn more about My Earthly Essentials?
I have a website. It's myearthlyessentials.com. There are many pages. I'm very much a creative, and so that has been my creative outlet while raising my children and building my business. I curated my website 100% from scratch, and it's all from my brain. I like to write creatively. So I've come up with several different pages. Some are highlighting my products and services. Some are education. I have a blog. It's a little sporadic right now, but I love to teach. So check out all the pages. I have collaborations. I'm into other things as well. I have global projects going on. So I would love, if anybody wants to know more, you can reach out to me.
Okay, perfect. Well, Farrah, I really appreciate you being on the show. We wish you and your business the best moving forward.
I appreciate you. And on the About Me page on the homepage, I have links to all my socials. I'm on pretty much every platform. I try to stay active, but follow along. I have some really great things on there. I really appreciate you, Virginia. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpsarasota.com. That's gnpsarasota.com or call 941-949-1865.